Hey guys, how are you doing? My name is Rishabh and you're watching Mobisium. Today in this video, we'll be talking about smartphone batteries and a lot of common myths related to batteries and charging. But before that, make sure you subscribe to Mobisium, and if you haven't clicked the notification bell icon, make sure you do that too so that you can join our notification squad and you never miss an update from us. Now, batteries are different from other components in our smartphones. The reason is that batteries have chemicals in them and these chemicals generate energy. So it's very important that batteries are taken good care of because batteries are special components. Now what happens is that whenever we ask for battery related advice, a lot of local tech experts, they give us advices which are based on myths, and these myths are actually baseless. So they end up actually damaging our battery instead of doing anything good. So let's look into each myth one by one. Firstly, let's talk about the charger. So a lot of people often tell us that we should only use a charger that we were supplied with in the box with the device, but that is completely not true. A charger's job is to supply the device with current, and that's all it does. There's nothing special about a charger. So even if you end up using a high voltage charger, your device will actually control the amount of power that it intakes, and all the excessive power will not be used by the device. So it doesn't really matter what charger you're using. Yes, if you're using a low power charger and your device can intake more power, then maybe your device will charge a little slow, but it doesn't really affect the battery of the device. So you can just use any charger you want, and this myth is completely baseless. Now the next myth is related to the charging and discharging of the batteries. Now I've seen a lot of people, what they do is they discharge their battery up to 0% till it switches off, and then what they do is they charge it up to 100%. Now they keep following this cycle because what they feel is that if you do not charge a battery to its full limit, then it might lose its capacity. Now to be honest, this was actually true back in the days when we were using nickel cadmium batteries, and this was called as the battery memory effect. But in today's generation, since we're using lithium ion or lithium polymer batteries, there's nothing much to worry about. And even if you charge your battery for 10%, 10 times throughout the day, it won't really affect the battery's capacity, and you could just do that. The next myth that we're going to talk about is overnight charging. So this also holds its roots in the olden times when people have had cases where their phones have exploded when they left it for charge overnight. But again, this was an old issue and now it doesn't happen anymore because our devices are smart enough that they can stop the device from overcharging. So by all means, if you have to leave your device for charging overnight, you can do that, and there is absolutely going to be no issue with that. Now the next thing I want to talk about is battery saving apps. What usually happens is that people use a lot of battery saving apps. Even I've been one of those people who has tried a lot of battery saving apps in my younger days, but eventually I found out that all of them were useless. Now even the best of the battery apps that you have, like I would like to name DU Battery Saver, they actually do nothing, and conversely I would say that using such apps can actually cost you a little more battery, since that app is going to run and it's absolutely going to do nothing. Actually, if you have a battery saver profile in your phone system, that might be a better way to save battery than using all of these apps. And if you genuinely actually want to save some battery, you might start looking into rooting your device and installing some custom kernels. Because with custom kernels, what you can do is if you have a multi-core mobile CPU, then you can actually turn off some CPUs, so that can help you save some battery. But using apps to save battery is absolute big no, and you should just refrain from doing that. The next thing that we're going to talk about is a very common myth, and it comes directly from our parents. At least once in your life, your parents must have told you to not use your phone while charging. But as much as we respect our parents, this one is one place where we do not need to listen to them, because what happens is that when we're using our phone while charging, we are charging and discharging the device at the same time. So this might cause a little more heat to be generated, and the charging might be slow, obviously, because you're using the device. But there's nothing wrong in doing so, and it does not cause any adverse effect on the battery, so you can safely do this. So that was all I had for this video. Do not stress too much over the battery of your smartphone. Your smartphone is already taking really good care of it. I mean, that's why they call it a smartphone. Also make sure you follow me and Mobisium on Twitter, and also subscribe to us if you haven't already. And if you have any doubts or suggestions about this video, charging, batteries or anything, just drop it in the comment section and I'll be there for you.